Hello, it's me again. It's Monday, the 3rd of June. What have I been doing today? Today I was training some delegates from Nigeria on standards in public service. Went well, interesting people, interacted, lots of good discussions. But I had a think about it afterwards. Over the last 3 years I've probably trained maybe 300-400 delegates from Nigeria and other African countries in finance, systems, project management, various other subjects as well. And in all that time, I've not had a crossword with any of them. They've all been such nice people. Why is that? Send me a postcard to Facebook. Tell me what you think. Dubai. I've been here 3 years. And I can honestly say this is the safest city I've lived or worked in 35 years of travel. Do you agree? And if so, why is Dubai such a safe place where women can walk out late at night without fear of harassment, muggings and robberies? Social media. My speciality these days. Let me tell you what social media is about. Social media marketing is about bringing your brand, your company, your business to your clients, to your customers via Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube, and many other platforms as well. It's actually about getting those people to become advocates of your business or advocates of your brand. It's about you being interesting, you being genuine and helpful, and having great content, and engaging, and being interesting, and building relationships and trust, so that ultimately, when they have a need, they'll buy your product or service. It's not about selling, and for those that do try and use it as a sales tool, they will fail. So it's about long-term relationships. Social media networking is about one-to-one relationships. The best tool for that is LinkedIn. And today I posted on Drive Social Media and my own personal profile 20 ways to connect with targets on LinkedIn. So go check that out, share it with your friends, and let me know how useful it is. Social media networking is about people connecting on a one-to-one basis on a professional level to help each other, to be helpful, to be interesting, to share, to build relationships and trust. So when there's a need, one can recommend the other to friends, to colleagues, to acquaintances. It's not about selling. So don't try and sell to people on LinkedIn. That's my advice. I've got some great news coming up this weekend about taking social media to the next level. Negotiating, discussing with some Australian guys who are based in Singapore, and what they're offering and their platform is, well, it's fantastic. So I'm really excited about that. I'm going to share it with you, hopefully, this weekend, so stay tuned. Sport and sportsmanship. For those who do know and or don't know, I'm a partner in the Great Sportsmanship Programme. We're on Facebook, we're on LinkedIn, we're on YouTube, we're on Twitter, and what we're about is bringing back the right kind of values and behaviour to sport, which have enormous benefits in the classroom, in sports organisations and in the workplace too. So some good news today. We've linked up with 2 charities, one of them in Cairo in Egypt. So we're really looking forward to working with those guys. And also Paul Smith, who's the founder, who's based in London, linked up with some senior guys from FIFA and Saudi in the campaign against racism. So things are looking really good. A little question for you. I'm not sure if you know, but in 2022 in Qatar, The Football World Cup will take place. It's a 4-week tournament. That's all. 4 weeks. Football, or soccer to our American friends, is my passion. I love it. But in Qatar, they're going to spend $120 billion on building stadiums for a 4-week tournament. Amazing stuff. But what will happen once the tournament's over? Can we really justify that amount of money? And we, as a program, the Great Sportsmanship Program, for as little as, let's say, $10 million, could actually implement that program in every school and college and sports organisation throughout the Gulf states and give those societies enormous benefits. Tell me what you think about that. Send me a postcard or leave a comment down there somewhere and I'll get back to you. What's going on out in the world? I see there's protests in Turkey. My understanding is they started because of the urbanisation programme, whereby parks were being dug up to build more apartment blocks and skyscrapers and the like, which is understandable. It looks like other people have now joined on the bandwagon with various issues against the government. If you know more, do let me know. We're not going to talk about politics or religion on here, but we are going to talk about people. So let's hope that they all stay safe and well, and things get sorted out in Turkey. A very contentious subject of Filipinos. So here's a question. If you are a Filipino and you had a choice, option 1 and option 2, which one would you take? You've been asked to fill out a very simple form for the Philippine consulate or embassy. Option 1 is to go on the internet and spend between 3 and 5 minutes to fill out the form and hit the send button. Option 2 is to go to the Philippine consulate or embassy, fill out the form and hand it in. The Philippine consulate or embassy is the other side of the city. It entails 2 train rides, 3 bus rides. You have to swim across shark-infested waters. Then you have to walk 2 miles in 45 degrees. And then stand in a queue maybe for 4 hours before eventually you hand in your form. So which option would you take? Option 1, by the internet, or option 2, the long route? And then tell me why you would take option 2. Thank you. If you've got any questions for me or comments, please put them in the box below, down here somewhere. Okay. Amazing fact I saw maybe yesterday concerned American servicemen, where I think in Afghanistan an average of one American serviceman or woman a day commits suicide. Isn't that tragic? There are actually more suicides than service people dying in combat. So why does that happen? And what are the services and the government trying to do about that? An even more shocking statistic is that last year over 6,500 former servicemen in America, veterans as they call themselves over there, committed suicide. That's 20 veterans a day committing suicide. How tragic is that? What is the government doing? And does anybody know the kind of statistics from the UK or other countries? Why does all this happen? How can people help? So let me know if you know. Okay, finally going to finish on a little bit of wisdom. I noted in an article recently from the UK that in the last 30 years the suicide rate amongst children, teenagers of middle class and professional people in the UK has tripled. It's so tragic. Psychologists put it down to the fact that these kids and teenagers are now, and have been over the last 20, 30 years, more and more overprotected by the parents. I'm sure the parents have good intentions, but these kids are so overprotected and mollycoddled that when they have to hit the real world, many of them can't cope with it. Here's my message, and I want you to share this message out there. It's okay to fail. It's okay to fail. Some of the top guys in business and in sport and in life have failed over and over and over again. 3 examples. Bill Gates, Microsoft founder, billionaire. Richard Branson of Virgin, billionaire, self-made. And Steve Jobs of Apple, billionaire, self-made. All of them failures. All of them dropped out of college and yet went on to become billionaires. Michael Jordan writes about it, how many times he's failed and failed and failed, despite the fact he's the top basketball player in the world. If you've got any thoughts on failure, on overprotecting kids, on even if we could only save the life of one teenager, do let me know. Okay, that's it for now. I'll talk to you soon.